It's Chav, nobody else's auto. 7 o'clock Sunday evening, time for some live chat. Looks like we got a great group on already and ready to go. Let's see who's here. Leo's here. Charles is on. Ryan and Amy are here. Glad your parts made it safely. Ready to go on the Studebaker. Matt's here with us. Alan is here. Alan, by the way, we've got an address issue real quick. Your package came back as a non-deliverable. I literally cut your return address off of your envelope, and they kicked it back to me as non-deliverable. So give me a shout if you think about it. Since I seen your name pop up right away, I wanted to catch that. Brian Dispatch is here. We're going to finish up that magazine tonight, and it gets even better, believe it or not. Matt got his stuff great. Glad it got there. Tony's on with us. Bill Disk is here. Kevin L's here. Alan from Arizona. Ken's ready to go. Big job. Scott. Pete's on. Tractor Mike is here with us on Facebook. Scott's with us on Facebook. As always, we are live on two formats, both Facebook and YouTube, as you see me glancing back and forth, checking for comments on the different formats. Dad's here with us. Gary's here, and he's ready to go. He is thirsty. There we go. Let's get him rolling tonight. Both Hudson and Auburn badges. Randy's on and ready to go tonight. And looks like we are all connected and ready to go everywhere. Alex is here. So great that you guys keep coming back. Still amazes me, but every week you do it, which is awesome. So I'm glad you do, and thanks for coming back and making this what it is. Exciting night tonight. Here shortly, we're going to give away this super cool valve cover collection and announce the next raffle for November. So Leo got his stuff. Glad it made it safely. Real quick, before we get too deep, once again, and I'll hit this a couple times tonight, I will not be here next week. So it will be 2 weeks from tonight before we're back together again. So we'll catch that a few more times tonight. I just wanted to mention that right out of the gate. Dennis is on. Kenny Peterson made it tonight. So next week I will not be here. As always, a little bit of housekeeping. Autocorrect, please double check your comments before you hit send. If autocorrect changes it and I can't make it out, I will have to skip it. Mark's on. Trolls, occasionally we do get a troll on here. You make sure that they know that they are not welcome. I will ignore them because they're trying to get my attention to screw up our chat. You guys are great about making sure to run them off and make sure they know that they are not welcome here to try to screw up our deal. Super chats are always awesome. Throw a share out there. Let your friends know that we are on and going tonight. Lee from New York made it. Tweedly D's here. So we'll get to the raffle here shortly. We'll get work to it. Leo's going to double up since we won't be on the mark next week. We'll give you another Hudson badge while we're going. But anyway, to start off with, Toy Tuesday last week, obviously we had some commenting issues. YouTube has been changing their mobile app. The whole configuration, the whole setup is different. Even uploading has changed over the last month. And now, obviously, as we figured out Tuesday night, there's somewhere I have to turn commenting back on, which I have never had to do before. Well, hello, dum-dum. Hey, Gray Kitty. What? What are you doing? You come to say hi right out of the gate tonight? Huh? What are you doing, dummy? Look, say hi. Over here. Hey, over here. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Okay. Brian Dispatch Wife wants to know how the Hudson badge started. Just basically just doing badges and emblems. Just kind of our normal thing with badges and emblems. And when we did this one, that was early, a couple of years ago. We first started talking about badges and emblems. I don't even think badges and emblems were their own segment at that point. I think it's just something cool that was laying there and we started talking about it. And then a couple times throughout the night, people wanted to see it. And every time we held it up, somebody said, I'm going to drink. And it just kind of evolved from that. Well, it had to have been at least a couple years ago because, it's because we started with this and then we started using the Auburn badge as well. And I've been going down to Doug Praise for 2.5 years now. And we did the Auburn badge after the Hudson badge. So it's been a while. Jim's back. Been watching the 41 Chevy pickup come out of the lean-to. If you guys didn't catch that video the other night, definitely check it out. It is pretty cool. But that's literally kind of how it started. Just I held it up to talk about it, and everybody's like, wanted to drink to the Hudson badge. And it just kind of evolved from there. Then we added the Auburn badge to it and just kind of mixed it up with that. And that's literally just how it started, kind of like everything else on here. It grows from the show. So Alex here with us on Facebook. So hopefully we'll see if we can get Toy Tuesday to work a little better this week. Sam's here with us on Facebook. I'll try to figure out where we got to go to turn comments back on. But hey, what'd you guys think of those plates anyway? I really wish I could have seen your comments, because you don't exactly stumble across leather license plates on a regular basis. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. Oh, calm down, dummies. Hey, what are you doing, Great Kitty? Johnny Z's here with us. But we'll get it figured out. Scott's on. Yeah, that's the other good point, Scott. We haven't done a magazine from the 70s. We haven't had a turkey hunt in a while. So anyway, we'll see if we can get Toy Tuesday to work a little bit better this week. I got a lot more cool stuff to check out. So a lot of you guys are commenting now. You thought the plates were awesome. So glad you did. Just wish we could have been on live when we did it. So Bill Disc just put his truck in the show. Had a good time. That's always a good time. Yep. Because we're not having comments. Yeah, I bet it wasn't. Jeff from Ottawa's here. So anyway, I'll try to get that figured out, and hopefully we won't have to deal with that again. But like I said, as they're redoing this mobile stuff, their mobile app, I'm just going to have to pay a little closer attention, I guess, when I set these things up till I get kind of levels back off. But what else happened this week? Hutch Swap Meet was Friday. Saw Nate down there, which was cool. Always good to see Nate. And really did pretty well. Planet Wisconsin made it tonight. Hutch is a small swap meet. It really is. But it's only 50 miles from me. So it's real easy. Dad picks me up early. We load Dad's golf cart the day before, and then, on the afternoon before, and then we just head down there first thing in the morning. Quick and simple run. But for a smaller swap meet, I did really well. I was really pleased with what I brought home. I got a video from the swap meet, as well as a video of what came home with me after it got unloaded and sorted and got it all laid out. So Alan Moore's here with us. But like I said, I did get some parts, of course, and you'll see that in the video once I get it posted. A ton of cans. Yeah, like Nate said, wish it had been a little warmer. Wasn't bad for me there Friday morning, but it got worse, and Nate was set up outside, so he was kind of stuck there. So the Kansas plate collection in a video. We did the full collection that I've got a couple years ago when I got it, Alex. Maybe it was a year ago when I got it. We did the full collection. Those are on some old Toy Tuesdays. So, but yeah, it's been miserable here too. But like I said, I got parts, of course. I got a ton of cans. I bet I bought 100 cans. So I've got a ton of cool cans to go through. A few toys. Got a toy from Nate. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or throw it in the big auction. We'll see. But what else did I get? Cool. Oh, promos. In fact, we're going to do the first promo tonight. I didn't have a lot of time to sort through a lot of things. Grill shells, got some grill shells. And, of course, some plates. And, like I said, promos, some other cool accessories. But like I said, I'm just getting started on it, but I did grab a handful of this stuff for tonight's auction. So there's a handful, about 5 pieces that I went ahead and plucked off the top of the stuff that I just got Friday at the Hutch Swap Meet that is going to be in the auction tonight that hasn't even been on the video yet. So when you see the video come up, you'll probably recognize a few of the pieces from tonight's auction. But there is a few bits and pieces in there that is brand new, fresh material straight from the Hutch Swap Meet, ready to go into tonight's auction. There'll be more of it as I get it sorted through. But I grabbed a few things to get started with tonight because I know you guys always like to find the fresh stuff as soon as I get a hold of it right out of the swap meet, ready to go. So Dewey, Oklahoma next Saturday. Okay, that one I won't be around to be able to catch. So, but speaking of the weather, yeah, the weather's gonna suck here the next couple of days. The way it sounds, good, nice and cold, and hopefully it's supposed to break later this week. But yeah, the weather here isn't going to be any fun the next couple of days. I know that. But it's never bad to catch a swap meet, so we got some content coming up on that. Had another exciting thing happen Thursday. Yeah, like Nate says, it's a pretty cool toy. I wouldn't believe I kept it myself. But so, speaking of which, the big Christmas auction. You guys keep saying you want a big auction night. Some of you are claiming that you want to buy Christmas presents for other people, which, I mean, we all know the truth. We all want to buy it for ourselves and keep it and hoard it. But I'm sure that some of you guys will probably find some stuff for other people. But I did grab a tote today. And as I've been walking around the shop, it was cold today, so I was stuck in the shop all day today. But over the last couple of weeks, as we've been talking about this, I've been thinking, as I'd walk by something, oh, that might be okay, or that might be okay. So I got a tote, and I started throwing stuff in it today. I threw some stuff in there that we've done on Toy Tuesdays over the last year or so that I haven't done anything with that I know you guys are going to dig. That's right, Bill. Other people. You guys say you want to buy Christmas presents for other people. Right. I know how that works. And you guys said you wanted some better stuff, even if I have reserves on it. So some of this stuff I've actually been, I would probably sell that. So I've been throwing some stuff in there that may shock some of you, even if, some of the stuff you may not even remember. It may have been from a year or two ago. But some stuff that I wasn't planning on selling, I've been chucking in there. There's toys, badges, a couple of killer badges that I threw in there. One sign. Some killer plates, some really good plates. Like I said, some cool toys. Yeah. So there's already, I think, over 20 pieces in there. And none of it is the smaller stuff. It's all nice toys and up. I mean, it's pretty cool stuff. So we're working towards that December 3rd, which will be right after we get back from Meekum. Tractor Mike may even be here that night. Maybe Tractor Mike will bring us a tractor to sell for Christmas. So the 74 Z28 is not going to be in the auction, even though it doesn't usually make it on Toy Tuesday. It will not be in the auction, though. So, but like I said, there's over 20 pieces that I just gathered up that, and half this stuff I've been on the fence about whether I was going to let it go or not. So we'll see what happens. It ought to be fun, and it's going to be a good time. But like I said, we're shooting for December 3rd because, like we talked about, we wanted to make sure that the guys that are buying stuff for other people for gifts, they wanted to make sure they had enough time to get it. So that's what we're going to shoot for. Number 1 is here. Numero uno is back. Tony is, no, I have not heard from Norma in a while, and I did not see her at the swap meet this weekend. So I've not heard from her in a while. She lost her mother, and then she was back on for a little bit after that, and then we haven't heard from her since. So, but we're working on that auction. That's what you guys wanted to do. So I'm working on it already. I'm already trying to think ahead. Wisconsin plates. I don't think I've got any Wisconsin stuff. I have found a few Colorados and a few others, but I don't think I've come up with any Wisconsins lately. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm working on it, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be epic. Hudson badge. Like I said, that will be after we get back from Meekum. I've already heard from a few of you guys who are going to try to catch Kansas City Meekum, so that's going to be awesome that some of you guys are going to be there. And if there's any others that I haven't talked to that want to try to catch Meekum, let me know. Well, maybe we all try to hook up at the auction at least for one day or whatever. So Aurora HO sets and cars. I don't think I've got a little bit of slot car stuff, but I don't think it's Aurora stuff. I think it was other stuff. It's only $1.37 Canadian for a US dollar, so maybe they'll drop some more to even out before the auction. There you go, number 1. Positive thinking. Doug's here with us. But anyway, where I was going at before I got off on the big auction. Okay. Tractor Mike says he's buying him a Super B at Meekum. So we'll see if that happens. That could be fun. If there is a killer Super B there, and Tractor Mike really, really wants a Super B. So we'll see if he's got his hand in the air when that Super B goes across the block at Meekum, Kansas City. even if he doesn't buy it, it's still going to be a ton of fun. But he just put it up there, Meekum Super Beat, and it's going to be his. So I'm going to actually screenshot that just to remind him of it so that I've got record of that. After Mini's Bouge Lattes, I don't think they usually actually don't have Bouge Latte at Meekum, so we'll see what they're going to have this year. Pete says he'll be right behind you. He'll probably even help shove your arm up if he has to. But it's going to be a good time. It always is. Auburn badge. But anyway, Thursday. I was getting ready to start talking about Thursday, and we got sidetracked, but that's fine. You can't take your own cooler in, Mark. You got to buy them there at like $8 a piece. But Thursday morning, Adam Dory texted me real early with Rocky Mountain Race Week, and I know some of you guys have heard of this channel. I had heard of it, but I hadn't really seen much of it. Didn't really know a lot about it. But a small little channel called Vice Grip Garage. I would imagine some of you guys have heard of that. Yeah, if Tractor Mike could take his own cooler in, he would, but you can't take coolers in there. That's why he's got to buy them at $8 a piece. So some of you guys are familiar with Vice Grip Garage. Well, Adam texted me, and he knows Derek, and Derek was leaving Colorado, cutting through Kansas. So Adam got us in contact, and Derek actually stopped by Thursday night at the yard. So we hung out for a couple hours Thursday night before he got back on the road. And so it was pretty cool to get to meet him. We hung out, walked around the yard for a while. It was getting dark because it was after 6 before he got here. But he shot some clips, and I asked him if he cared if I shot any clips. And he's like, no, dude, shoot whatever you want. So I got a bunch of clips of him walking around, hanging out at the yard. And so obviously I figured a few of you guys had heard of it. It's a massive channel. So X-Ray Dean's here. But so kind of excited about that. Like I said, I had heard of him, but didn't know much about him. But he is a good dude. He great guy, super easy to get along with. Definitely knows his car stuff. But was rolling back home on a project that he had picked up in Colorado. So we were out at the yard for a while, and then we actually ran into town to the shop. Did a couple things here at the shop. And actually, if you'll notice, we're missing a sticker right here because that sticker's on the back of the car that he rolled back in. So we yanked that one. I said, I got one right here. He slapped it on the back bumper right before he took off. So that sticker is on the back of that Chevy he was driving. So, yeah, we talked about roadworthy rescue as well, Michael. We did talk about that too. So, but yeah, so it was cool. Like I said, he's a good dude. And hopefully he comes back. He definitely picked out a few things that we may do some stuff with. Like I said, he shot half dozen 6.8 clips while he was hanging out at the yard. I shot a half dozen 6.8 clips of him walking around talking to him. But it was pretty cool. Like I said, he's a good dude, and it was a good experience and great to meet him. So it was fun and well worth taking a few hours out of the day to hang out with Derek and get to know him a little bit. So excited about that and looking forward to what we can maybe, him and I can maybe do together. So holy cow, that's a whole mouthful, number one. I'm getting confused trying to read it all. So anyway, that was the exciting parts of my week. Obviously, swap meet's always great, but getting to meet Derek from Vice Grip Garage was super cool. Then the fact that he stopped by and hung out at the yard for a while was awesome. So hopefully some cool things can happen out of that. But anyway, moving forward, Mark's got his fingers and his toes crossed for the prizes tonight. So, yeah, it's going to be cool. We're getting worked up to it. We're going to do the new inventory. We're going to do the promo model, the badges and emblems story time. And then we're going to give these valve covers away. So, new inventory. I did not pick up any cars this week, but I obviously did bring a big batch home from the Hutch swap meet. We'll have that content up as well. Oh, that's fine, Joe. I got a whole ton of the stickers. I got a whole pile of stickers. That one was just, it was right there. And I was like, that's about the right size. So I yanked it off, slapped it on the back bumper of the Chevy, and down the road he went. Neil's here with us. Glad Neil made it again tonight. But on to the promo model. Promo model tonight, epic. Just got it. Just found it at the Hutch swap meet. That's true. I could get real busy. Hopefully. It would be awesome if I got real busy. But tonight's promo model, I literally just got at the swap meet on Friday. Super excited about it. And I think you guys are going to be too. I think we've actually done one of these. I think I've got it, but not quite in this condition. So we're the highlight of Neil's Sunday. Well, I'm glad you're here, Neil. I'm glad it is the highlight of your Sunday. I didn't realize what we would do here would be the highlight of somebody's Sunday, but we do try to do a good job, and I'm glad you feel that way about it. I'm glad you keep coming back. So, but the promo model tonight, like I said, I was super geeked about it. I did get a handful of promos at Hutch. Some of them will end up in the auction. Some of them are for me or Dad, depending on what we've got, where our collections are at. Alex already tried to bid on it. Well, you can't bid on this one because I'm not going to sell this one. I know. Guaranteed I'm not going to sell this one. But it's cool. And I know you're all ready. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm kind of geeking out. I'm kind of working you guys up to it. Well, here it is. White, kind of square, kind of rectangular-y shaped. Yeah. Yep. In the box. Brand new. From the Ford Motor Company. There it is. Long roof. The 1962, Zach's here, Whiskey Business. The 1962 Ford Galaxy station wagon. The Country Squire. Brand new. Never been out of the box. Now, if this wasn't good enough, I mean, obviously this thing's beautiful. The guy just had it sitting out on the table, had the box there with it, you know. I looked inside. It still has the little Ford note that was in the bottom of these promo models when they sent them out. The Ford division is delighted to send this scale model as a token of appreciation for your interest in Ford. 1962 Ford products have been styled, designed, engineered, and manufactured with three primary goals in mind: finest quality, greatest durability, and most reliable operation. The achievement of these goals has made it possible for Ford to offer its products at low prices with economy and comfort features unmatched in its field. Be sure to look at the underside of this model where there are engraved many of Ford's money-saving features. So yeah, I was super geeked about this. Tons of comments pouring in. There's no way I can catch them all. And people are bidding like crazy, but I still don't want to sell it. But it's kind of odd that, okay, we got ads. All right, we'll back up for a second. We got an ad. Okay, we're coming back around. It sounds like most of you guys are back, but it's odd that it says right here on the slip, this last line of the slip, be sure to look at the underside of this model where there are engraved many of Ford's money-saving features. So, obviously, we've looked at a lot of these Ford promos over the years. We've looked at the bottoms of tons of these. where they have all of the features cast onto the bottom. They literally told you on the slip to make sure you read that. So, like we saw on some of these, just like on the 64 convertible we did last week, Ford America Station Wagon Specialists, fully aluminized exhaust, 30,000 miles between lubrication of chassis, front wheel bearings, and universal joints. Wide contoured safety frame protects all passengers. 63 and a half cubic feet of load space in one place. Adjusts its own brakes. So all of that information all cast into the bottom of it. I seen that Daytona one, Nate. I was thinking about snagging that one too. I'm glad you got it. But this one, I was obviously excited about it. And with all this other stuff, I mean, it still has the original address label on it. The whole shoot and match all right here. So there it is. Obviously, the promo tonight. Yeah, too bad it wouldn't tune itself. The in the box 1962 Ford Country Squire in sand shell beige. Inside was the same color as well. But yeah, great promo. Oh yeah, I bought some of the ones that I did buy this weekend. I will sell. Oh yeah, I'll buy any promos. But yeah, I've got a few extras that will probably be going into the big auction. I don't have any promos in her tonight. Like I said, I didn't have time to sort everything I got, but I knew I wanted to get a few things in the auction, and I knew I was super excited about this one and wanted to share it with you. I mean, how cool is it to open the box and see that in there like that? So there she is. Original box, 62 Ford wagon. I was excited. All right. Time for some badges and some emblems. Starting off the pre-war badge, then we'll work our way to a post-war. How about a Hudson badge in the meantime? Better have one of them too. They did do some pickup promos as well. Yes, Tony, they did do some. But our first badge tonight, as always, we'll start off with a pre-war badge. Then we'll work our way forward with a post-war badge, starting off with the 1940 six-cylinder Dodge. Now, there were actually two styles of this badge. Mark's still waiting on the drawing. This one was made by Fox. According to the American Auto Emblems website, there were two different companies that made this, and the pattern in the blue was slightly different. This was for a six-cylinder car. It had the Dodge Ram leaping across here. It had the gold stripe down the middle with the blue on each side and the Ram jumping across it. This is a fairly small badge. And it does have a slight V to it. It would have went right on the front of the grill. This one is only about 2 3/8 high and about an inch wide on this little 40 Dodge grill badge. The colors are what really make this. Like I said, it's not a big badge, but the blue and the gold is just the color, the tone of those just really pops on this particular one. So that's kind of what made it stand out to me and thought it was really cool, with just basically the colors. And like I said, if you look at American Auto Emblems website, there are two of these. And if you can see the little lines in the blue, which I know is very difficult, I don't know if you can make them out on the screen or not, but the pattern in the little lines is different based on the manufacturer on these two badges. What's at the bottom? USA. It does say USA in the gold right there. And I know it's difficult to make out, but that's what it says right across the bottom of it. So the 1940 Dodge badge, this one was actually a screw mount. It had a screw went right in the back of it. Pretty basic deal. On the 40 Dodge grill badge. Yeah, this isn't a real common one, Kenny. Haven't seen a lot of these either, but the colors, like I said, are what really made it pop to me. So that'll catch us for the pre-war badge. Let's catch a post-war badge, and this is another one that I really like. I've always liked this one, even though it does have a chip in it. It's from the 60s, but it is an enameled badge. But it was an interior badge. It was actually a glove box door emblem for the 1961 Pontiac Bonneville. I always thought these were a great badge just for the glove box door, but this is an enamel badge. You can see where it's got some chipping, and this is a blue background. Whoops. A blue background against the chrome. Obviously Bonneville, so it was Bonneville only. The other 61 Pontiacs didn't use it. Had the little crowns above the top. It was stud mount. This just snapped right onto the front of the glove box door. But I always thought this was a really good looking badge. No, it didn't hurt it. I didn't drop it very far, just a few inches to the desk. It's about 5.5 inches long overall. And obviously not a very tall badge, less than 1 inch high, 5.5 long. So it's big enough it definitely noticed it. So I always thought that was a pretty sharp badge. Really just for something to put on the glove box door, just to kind of make a statement piece about your vehicle. I thought that was a pretty cool way to do it. So that's what we got for tonight. The 1940 Dodge with a 6-cylinder and the 1961 Pontiac Bonneville glove box door. That's right, Planet Wisconsin. It's almost kind of another lost thing. That's another good point. You're right, Tony. Good colors on these. Lots of great comments about them. Glad you guys enjoyed these tonight. There again, just kind of mixing them up with different things all the time and checking out some different makes and models, different cars that still had a lot of cool ornamentation that we just don't see anymore. Hey, can I have the pictures? Can I have the pictures? Can I have the pictures? I'm going to try to do story time if somebody will get off the pictures. Hey, move. Move. You got to move. Go. Go. I need right there where you're sitting. Move. 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 See, Mark said get off the pics. Yes, you got to move. Go, move. No, actually, she was kind of kneeling, like sitting on her haunches. Now she just flopped all the way down. Hey, get up, dummy. Yeah, you're going to be mad. So I yanked him out from underneath her. She got up, turned around, and sat right back down. But anyway, finally, we're going to get to story time. We're going to talk about a car I picked up about 15 years ago, shortly before I bought the yard. But this was a really cool car. It wasn't complete, but it was a really neat looking car. So that's why I wanted to share it with you. Something a little bit different, something you don't see very often. Check this thing out. The 1937 DeSoto. I thought this thing just had a pretty amazing look to it. Now, obviously, as you saw in that picture, you see from here, the headlights were off of it. So with the headlights off, you can really see how this grill comes up and goes all the way back almost to the windshield. Yeah, like Kenny says, hurry up, Mark's toes are cramping. Yep. So yeah, this one had headlights right here that almost kind of detracted from the look of these cars, I think. But talk about a unique car. And it was just a regular four-door. It wasn't anything super exciting, but just so unique that I had to snag that thing when I found it. And I did sell this as as a complete project or as an intact project. So I don't have it anymore, and I didn't part it out. I sold it just like it is, just like it sits here. But obviously, you can see why somebody would want to do something cool with it. So, Alex, this is a cord look from the front. Yeah, I don't get that. It'd be a pretty good stretch, but other than the fact that the grill wraps all the way around the side. But more hearts and fireworks. Those are always great. I appreciate that, guys. But there it is, the 37 cord. Like I said, mid 2000s, 06, 08 in that window, which come to think of, I was pushing 20 years ago now. But definitely thought it was something different and unique and that you guys would appreciate. That's exactly right, Alan. They did have the rib bumpers. A lot of people like for street rods. And you will notice this car did not have bumpers on it when I got it. So they had been robbed. And I think the taillights on these cars were real desirable as well for customs. Not very often. Occasionally, Kevin, I'll hear from somebody that bought something. We did the videos with the milk truck with Michael down in Oklahoma at Gasoline Alley Classics. I'm sure some of you guys remember the video on the Dodge milk truck. He got that from me, but not very often. But occasionally, I do hear from guys that after they finish their projects. The headlight's actually mounted right here. This was the stand for the headlight. If you guys can see that on your screen, that mount right there was the headlight mount. So the headlight would have been literally right here. And those were big headlights, obviously. So it actually hid this section right here where you couldn't see that flow as well. So, yeah, no problem, Pete. That's a great question. I'm sure some other people were wondering it too. So, anyway, that being said, what time is it? Raffle time. All right. Let's see who's in this week. Let's yank a name out of the can. Yeah, that's true. I did see the bumper off the Studebaker that is on Ryan's truck, so did see that. All right. Who got in this week? Tweedly D, Mark Falcon, Big Job, Kenny Peterson, Zach Thompson, and Tread Life Customs got in right at the end of the day this afternoon. So those are who I got this week. If you thought you got in this week and I did not read your name, get with me so we can figure out what happened. Tweedly D, Mark Falcon, Big Job, Kenny Peterson, Zach Thompson, and Tread Life Customs. Those are who got in this week. That was just this week's stuff. Obviously, I've got all the rest of these in there as well. Randall from the Nut Farm is here. So, we got a lot of names in the big Buick oil can tonight. You guys are ready to go. We're giving away all these valve covers, a one-shot deal. I'm sure you guys can see a lot of familiar names in there. Ready to go for tonight's drawing. Oh, one fell out. We'll throw that one back in there too. And, hey, can I have my notepad now? I got to write these guys' names down. I got to write the winners down. I need my notepad. Hey, I'm talking to you. I need the notepad you are sitting on. I need this notepad. Move. Move. Yes, very good. All right. Yeah, I need a new assistant. That's right. I need an assistant that doesn't sit on everything we need. I get organized. I have everything sitting right here. I can grab it in order, keep things moving, and she sits on it. All right, we're going to draw for these 3 valve covers. The first name out of the can gets the Corvette, the Cadillac, and the International. After that, second name out of the can will have their choice between the Ford or the Chevrolet. And we'll also grab, we'll do some bonus raffles after that too. We won't dump the can right away tonight because I refilled this one too this week. It's chock full of goodness in here too. Completely refilled that can. So we won't dump the can right away. We'll do a few bonus drawings. Let's give these things away. Michael Glagola. Joe says it was rigged. Michael actually just commented when I was getting ready to jump the can. He's on Facebook that he added to his auction to put it in. He wanted to make sure he got in. He's like, oh, yeah, I guess I'm in. All right. All right, let's yank another name out. Michael's getting that set right there. Now we got the Chevy and the Ford. Remember, if we do grab Michael's name, we'll yank a different one out. So I think I got one here. What do we got? Bill Disc. All right, Bill, which one do you want? I think Bill's on tonight. Yep, Ford. Bill wants the Ford. Okay, we got you, Bill. All right, one more. The last one left. The Chevrolet. Remember, if it's Michael or Bill, we'll grab a different one. Let's see who we got. Big Job. So Big Job won the Chevy. Isn't that ironic? All right. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight. We will. We're going to save this. We're not going to yank it out. We're going to give a few more prizes away yet tonight here in a little bit. So Michael, Bill, and Big Job are out for the night, but we will definitely yank a few more out for some bonuses. So we're going to leave all these names in there for the time being. But actually, let me get these valve covers out of the way. Yeah, we'll do a few bonus drawings tonight. Don't let me forget. We'll definitely squeeze some in because I refilled that whole can. Let me get these out of the way. That didn't take long. No, that didn't take long. You can't have my seat, Cat. You can't have the seat. No. Just because I had to get up for a second doesn't mean you get to take my seat. Yes. Hop down. Everybody wants to see the new Raffle. You're not the new Raffle. All right. And we are ready for next month's raffle. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the raffle. I always try to come up with cool stuff that I think you guys are going to like. And there again, racking my brain, thinking about what we have done, what we like to do, things like that, stuff that we all dig, great man cave type stuff. So I'm sitting here thinking, what do we want to do? What do we want to do this month? And I had an idea. I hope you guys like it. It's going to be another three-fer. Grand prize is going to be a 3-pack deal. So we're ready for it. We're ready for the new raffle. I'm glad you guys like the old one. I hope you guys like this one just as well. Mark wants an airplane. I have not seen what happens to drop a cat off an elevator. No, we're not raffling off any Camaros. But I thought something that would be kind of cool to do. We did a plate similar to this, or not a plate, an auction similar to this. But this is a little bit different. We're going to do license plates again. Starting off with, here's the grand prize pack. 1918 Kansas, 105 years old, original paint, gorgeous plate. What's going to go with the 1918 plate? How about a 1917 plate? A lot of numbers for an 18, but in Kansas in 18, everything was the same. It was just all a Kansas plate in 18. And like I told you, this is going to be a three-fer. So what's going to be the third one? How about a 16? Yes, one of my favorite Kansas plates with this killer round logo. This one's got a little bit of damage up here. But yeah, how's that for a shot? 16, 17, and 18. All well over 100 years old, all original paint, not perfect, but still, I mean, I think it's a great set. So based on like the almost scroll I've got going here, I'm assuming you guys like it. Yes, the 16 is one of my favorite Kansas plates. It's the only year they used this type of a logo. I always thought that really stood out because it was just such a unique deal. These are all stamped steel. I didn't show you the backs of them, which I probably should, because once we get them hung up, you won't see them. So there's the backs of them. Like I said, they show some age, they show some wear, but they're all over 100 years old. So yeah, put the NES for nobody showing that. That would be kind of cool. So anyway, Michael said he got one of these on the auction a while back, said it's one of his favorite plates as well. So, and that's what's great about them. Like Mark says, the patina is awesome. They do show some age. They do show their scars, but there you can still see the colors. They're still presentable. So there you have it. That's the November raffle. 1916, 1917, and 1918 Kansas license plates. We'll get these strung together. I'll take these valve covers down. We'll hang these up for 2 weeks. But that's another thing to think about. We will not be on next week, so don't miss this one. Obviously not something you want to miss out on your shot on these plates, because these things are awesome. Now, obviously, what goes with them? What's going to be the second and the third one? I don't have a lot of old 5-spoke mag wheels. I've got a few laying around, but not a lot. Just stuff that came in on cars. Joe's Classics, amazingly exactly what he wanted for his birthday next month. I don't know. I can see if she knew somebody else to do that design type stuff like that. That's a good idea. But we want to give away some decent plates for second and third. The second and the third name coming out. I've still got a few of these left. We've sold most of these off, and I've still got a few in the auction boxes. Thought I'd throw one in. The new old stock Nebraska plates. A new old stock dealer Nebraska plate in the package. Or, sounds good, Tony, a new old stock pair of the 1974 Kansas non-highway consecutive numbers, 140 and 141. So, second and third place prizes right here. I hope you guys like these too. I want to make sure we get something decent for second and third. Obviously, you want your grand prize to be grand. But so I think these are some pretty decent second and third place prizes as well. This will be one lot, and then the dealer plate will be by itself. These are all brand new. So I hope you guys dig that stuff. We'll be giving that all away here at the end of the month. So get your raffle tickets in early on this one. Don't forget, since we won't be on next week. But I think it's going to be a fun one. I'm excited about this. Got it from Floyd, my good license plate buddy Floyd. Hooked me up on this deal. I know you guys are going to dig it. So, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Non-highway, I think it was, so they were like non-highway as far as taxation, I think is what it meant, Kenny. We've talked about that on here before. No, I have to do some looking around, see what I got for pedal cars if we want to do a pedal car in December. But speaking of the raffle, before we get out of the raffle, why don't we yank out a bonus prize? Yes, I refilled the fleet can with more cool stuff. These are all wrapped up. We're going to yank one out. Then we're going to yank a name out and see what we're going to give away. Billy Bowman's here. So let's reach down into here since it's all restocked, refilled. And we're going to give this away, whatever this is. And we're going to give it to now, Michael, Bill, and Big Job are out. These are going to be new names if we yank one of theirs. Zach. Sounds good, Leo. I'll watch for it. Let's see what Zach got out of the bonus drawing. Ooh, a little Ford station wagon. Little plastic Ford station wagon. Even says made in the USA on it. So let's get Zach's name written on this one. Got that one ready to go to Zach. And that pretty much brings us up to auction time. Who's ready for some auction time? How about some Hudson badge? Gas station pen knives or pocket screwdrivers. A little bit of that type of stuff. So let's get ready for the night's auction. As always, we'll run through the rules real quick just to make sure everybody's clear. I'll hold up an item. We'll talk about it. We'll look at that particular piece. I'll give you some dimensions on it. We'll talk about any damage or anything like that. We may talk about that particular vehicle for a second. As we're describing, talking about, looking at the front, looking at the back, going around it, if it's something you're interested in, throw a bid out there so I know that we've got interest in it. And after we get done talking about it, we will put it on a timer. The rules are no prisoners. You guys better watch out for Alex tonight. We will put it on a timer. We will go 2 minutes. I will have it right here on my phone. I keep it right here in front of me near the computer. I will tell you when 1 minute has passed. I will tell you when 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed as we work our way up to the 2 minute mark. Now, everybody's got a delay depending on your device. Cell phone, smart TV, PC, tablet, as well as your internet provider. Some people have a 5-second delay. Some people have a 30-second delay. That's why I tell you when we've hit the minute 30 mark. That way, it's time to be thinking about your maximum bid at that point on that particular item. So be thinking about that. Whatever the highest bid I see on my screens, whether it's Facebook over here or YouTube over here, will be the winner, and I will announce who I see at that point. So please remember that, and that's all I can go by. I know sometimes you guys see something before I do, but that's why I always try to announce bids as I see them, especially on the first few items. I will announce all of them. Right there, I'll tell you we've hit the 1 minute mark. So, payment, as Planet Wisconsin just asked, check, money order, Western Union, or PayPal, friends and family. That information is in the description part of this video. After we get done, you can go back, click on the video, go to the description. All that information is in there, as well as my phone number. So if there's a question after the fact or you're not sure how to do something, just call me tomorrow. We'll get it sorted out. Not a big deal. So if you're still not sure, but you see something you want to bid on, go ahead, give me a shout tomorrow. We'll get it sorted out. It's not a big deal. It's simple. It's super easy. So Kevin said he doesn't have hardly any delay tonight, so that's good. But full dollar amounts only. And I will, especially on the first few items, I will try to announce all the bids as I see them so you guys know what I'm seeing. We'll start off with a few cheaper items to start with before we work into some of the better stuff just because of that. So, yeah, you can mail the payment, Planet Wisconsin, not a problem whatsoever. Just put a note in there that it's for auction items or raffle or both or whatever, so I know how to break it up and what it's supposed to be for. So, anyway, non-U.S. bidders, you're more than welcome to play. However, you will be responsible for getting me paid as well as non-U.S. shipping. Everything tonight is smaller stuff, so shipping will be included in everything tonight in your winning bid, unless you are non-U.S. If you're non-U.S. and you want to buy for a couple weeks and get it built up, not a problem whatsoever. So anyway, let's go ahead and get ready to get started on tonight's raffle or tonight's auction. We're done with the raffle for till next week, except for a few bonuses. Nut Farmer's already adjusting his sights. And let's go ahead and get boogieing. Like I said, I've got a little bit of fresh meat in here from Hutch, just a handful of pieces. Yeah, that's right, Michael. And send your address, the correct address too. So I don't know what's wrong with Alan's address. So I got some stuff laid out here. We'll kind of sort through some things to get started with. As always, the auction boxes are nice and packed full. We got a lot of cool stuff here to get into tonight. So let's go ahead and get to it. I know you guys are ready, so let's share it with you. We're going to start off with a couple of toys. I actually give you an Auburn badge, so off the planet shipping, I can't help you with that. So. First off, a little steamroller, which is kind of cool, but I think it's missing the guy. Check this out. It says diesel on it. The wheels actually appear to be wooden. I think it had a guy back here or something at some point. I don't know what all's missing here, but it is a pretty unique toy. I do not see a name brand on it. It definitely has some age to it, but not sure what it is. Leo's starting us off at 10 on it, but along with this, you're also going to get this killer little blue car that also I thought was kind of weird. It looks like a Tootsie, but it does not have a name on it, and it is missing the rear axle. So I figured I'd throw it in together with it. Let me give you dimensions on these pieces. The little blue car is about 4 1/4. And the steamroller is 5 3/4. So there they are. They both need a little bit of work. We're going to sell them both together as a pair. A couple of cool little toys to start us off with. They just need a little bit of work. So Leo's going to start us off at 10. Let's go ahead and get rolling. We're going to sell them as a pair since they both need a little bit of work, but they are cool. They definitely have some age to them. Let's see what you guys think. Maybe Leo's the only one that likes them, but they are neat little toys. Not an excessive amount of paint loss on the little car, just missing the rear axle. The roller is wood. I think the roller and the wheels are both wood on this one. So, yeah, they are kind of cute little things, Jeff. So, we're live. We got Leo at 10. Let's see what you guys think. As we're coming up on the 1 minute mark. Mark at 12. 1 minute has passed. I've got Mark at 12 at the 1 minute point. Put some dubs on the little car. Yeah, there you go. Mark at 12 is getting close to the 1 minute 30 mark. And there it is. There's a minute 30. Minute 30 has passed. We're coming down to the end on this one. About ready to wrap this one up. I've got Mark at 12. And that did it. Mark at 12. A couple of good little toys, pretty cheap there. Leo came back at 13, just a little bit too late. All right, how about some matchbooks? Some ag matchbooks. Starting off with Hutchinson Manufacturing, Kansas. Hutchinson Manufacturing Company, Hutchinson, Kansas. Harvest Hand Grain Augers. The Hutchinson Grain Augers. Now, this is quite a matchbook. He said, go ahead and let Leo have them for 13. So, Leo, do you want them at 13 since your bid was just a couple seconds too late? I can mark them to you real quick before we get on to the next one. So just let me know if you want them, Leo. But this is a pretty elaborate matchbook. This is the outside, but look at the inside. Okay, Leo says he'll take them for 13. I will switch that to you, Leo, for 13. So pretty elaborate. The next one, the new idea. It's a good idea. Farm equipment since 1899. J.H. Wrights and Company, Millway, Pennsylvania. And the last one, this is a great one. Minneapolis Moline, Modern Machinery. Vision lined tractors. And this is also another amazing one. Quality built tractors and machinery. Minneapolis Moline Company, Moline, Illinois. So here's the outside of it. Now, check out the inside. World's champion Unihusker won first, second, and third in the 54 International Corn Picking Contest. Uniforming. This is the inside of the Minneapolis Moline matchbook. So these are pretty good ones. I thought these were pretty cool. Great graphics. Inside almost as good as the out. Charles is starting us off at 5. All three of them at one-shot deal. Mark at 7. And let's go ahead and hit the timer on these. But I thought these were some good ones. Randall the Nut Farm at 10. All right. Everybody, I don't know what's going to happen here. Everybody's kind of got real quiet. Mark even got real quiet. So we'll see what's going to happen. Is Derek on with us on Facebook, Michael? I didn't. Is that what you were saying? Is Derek on with us with Vice Grip right now? 1 minute has passed. The Nut Farm at 10. Randall's chomping his nails. I think he knows Mark's still waiting for him. There's the minute 30. Derek, Vice Grip Garage at 15. So Vice Grip Garage at 15. Glad Derek's on with us tonight. Glad he stopped by to hang out. And that does it. Vice Grip Garage at 15. Well, I appreciate you stopping by tonight, Derek. I hope you're having fun with us. We got a great group here, and super awesome that you stopped by to hang out with us for a while. So appreciate you jumping on, and hope you have a good time with us. We're not the smartest group, but we have a heck of a lot of fun. So, all right, what else we got? Oh, license plate. We need to do another license plate. Let's catch a license plate up next. This is one of my favorite Kansas plates, the 1981, the blue with the wheat on it. So, and I said we're not the smartest group all the time, but we have a heck of a lot of fun. So that's all that matters. So, you're saying we're the smartest group? That's why we're here. Okay, I can go with that too. So, just glad Derek stopped by to hang out with us. Leo's in at 10 because he likes the blue plates. This is a pretty nice one. Three digits, 110. Check out the shine on this thing. This is a standard size, basically 12 by 6 type plate, stickered up to 82, stamped in 81. But like I said, I've always liked this blue with the wheat on it. I mean, this is what I remember when I was a little kid. These were some of the first plates I really remember. So I've always liked these. I've got Alex at 30. We're going to kick this thing off on the timer. This one does have a pretty good color. The wheat still looks good on it. So Leo at 31. Tweedly D's already got one. Yeah, we've done a few of these. Big Job got one. Yeah, these are, like I said, and what's good about these is finding one with the deep blue on them that aren't faded. That's what I like finding these. So, good point, Kenny. You guys are getting a little thirsty. We need to give you a Hudson badge. And what the heck, let's give you an Auburn badge while we're waiting. Alex at 41. ED was the county. This was Edwards County. The big letter in Kansas in this area was your first letter of your last name or the closest letter in that they used to your last name. Alex at 41. And there's the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has passed. Tweedledee's got some. Yeah, we've done some of these, but like I said, it's cool finding them with good. What's hard is finding the good blue. I find faded ones, finding the good blue one, the ones that still have good blue is what's tough. There's the minute 30 mark. I've got Alex at 41. That's right. Outcast lives on the edge of Edwards and Ford County, so. Just about done. We're getting very close to ready to wrap this one up. Alex at 41. And that'll do it. Oh, Leo came back at 44 at literally 201. All right, ads. I think I got them shut down. Okay. Alex at 41 is who we had at the 2-minute mark. All right, what do we got next? Oh, this is something kind of different. I've actually had these laying in here for a while and trying to decide what to do with them. Like, what the heck? Let's just throw them in here and see what you guys think. These are sales brochures, but they're completely different. There's some cars in them, and they're car related, but they're not cars. These are actually boat brochures for Chrysler. Yes, the Chrysler 69 boats, and not boat as in big car, literally boats. They have Chryslers in the background, but these are literally Chrysler boat brochures. The 69 Chrysler boats, the 70 Chrysler boats, and the 70 Chrysler outboards. I thought these were super cool. I didn't know what to do with them. And I thought, oh, what the heck, you guys might like them. Leo likes them for 10. So let's see what you guys think. These are all full color brochures. I mean, they say Chrysler boats right on them. Chrysler outboards. Dean said they were actually pretty good boats too. So, but these are full color brochures. Matt at 11. Dean at 11. Vice Grip at 35. Let's get this thing rolling on the timer. These things are so cool. We are live and on the timer. So there's just so many cool pictures and stuff in these things. Leo at 36. Jumping the waves. Ken at 40. Even got the chicks hanging out on the boat in there. Dennis at 45. Leo at 47. Let's see if you can see it real close here. Actually, that has the Chrysler logo right there on the back of the boat. And there's the 1 minute mark. All three of them, one-shot deal, shipped to you. Chrysler boats. It still cracks me up. But Vice Grip at 50. Planet Wisconsin remembers them. There's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. 30 seconds left on the Chrysler boats. Vice Grip at 50. Yeah, same thing with me, Pete. I didn't really know they were near this in-depth into the boat business until I found these, but that's the whole point of doing this. That's why we're on here every Sunday night. We're all learning together. Vice Grip at 50. We're just about done with this, coming down to the wire. We're getting close to the end. And that does it. We'll mark another one to Vice Grip at 50. Leo at 51, once again at 201. Leo, you got to back up a couple of seconds on your bid, I think. Yep, I've actually got a sign. Like Alan said, they had Chrysler did like regular air conditioning units too. I've actually got a sign, Chrysler. I can't remember what it was called, but I've got a sign for a Chrysler temp control unit. All right, what else we got coming up? Oh, this is something different. Another. I have a Hudson badge to think about this. Freiburger's Christmas gift. There you go. Derek's Christmas shopping tonight already. How about another little grease cap? This is a more common one. We've done some pretty rare ones on here. This is a more common one, but still looks good. Model T era Ford. This would be, like I said, literally like a T era type grease cap. Air temp. That's right, Jeff. That's exactly right. That's what it was. Air temp. Tweedledee at 10. This is about an inch or 2 3/8 across the back and about 2 1/4 deep. Has the Ford stamped in it, made in the USA, matte at 12. And you can see, if you can see down in there where it's actually stamped in there as well. So Randall and Nut Farm at 30. Let's get this thing on the typer at Allen at 15. I've got Randall at 30. On the little Model T cap. Leo's reloading. So you better watch out. Leo's been 1 to 2 seconds late on a few of those. You guys better watch Leo, because that means he knows where he's at now. As we're coming up on the 1 minute mark on the little Model T grease cap. And there's 1 minute. I've got Randall at the Nut Farm at 30. Nut Farm, Nut Farm, Nut Farm. I was liking when Nut Farm bids, because it's funny that it's just Nut Farm just flows off your tongue. Randall at the Nut Farm at 30. Coming up on the minute 30 mark. There's 1:30. We've got 30 seconds left to go. I've got Michael up 33 on Facebook. Michael at 33 as this one's starting to wind down. Kenny at 34. Nut Farm at 35. And that does it. Nut Farm at 35. Tony was at 35 as well. I had Nut Farm first at 35. Tony came back at 36. It was too late then, though. All right, what's next? Time for a badge bundle. We haven't done any. I did reload some badge bundles. We haven't done many badge bundles. I got some of those squeezed in there. So we're going to get a batch of emblems here. All 3 emblems, one-shot deal for some of our Ford fans. Leo starting us off at 10. He don't care what they are, as long as they're good original emblems. This is like 64 Fairlane C-Pillar, the Ford badge. This is a plastic insert. The color is obviously faded. The chrome pop metal is not broken or chipped. The mounting studs are intact. And it is 8 inches by about 1.5 inches. 8 inches long on this Ford badge. And the next couple of pieces are actually specifically thinking about Mark with the little gold Falcon. This is like an aluminum that's anodized. Chris at 11. Stud mount. About 3.5 inches tall. Matt at 13. And the last one, literally specifically for Mark, Falcon. Doesn't get any much more clear than that. Chrome plated, mid 60s era Ford Falcon emblem. Nice chrome, stud mount. It is pretty flat. This is pop metal. And it is about 10 and a half long on the Falcon. You're getting all three of them. One bid. Let's get this thing on the timer and get rolling. And let's have a Hudson badge to think about it. Try to keep things organized and ready to roll here. But while we got a second, let's have an Auburn badge. There you go. That Model A was made in October of 29, the month of the crash. Okay. I just sent Alex the VIN number off one of the Model A's in the yard, so. And there's 1 minute. 1 minute has passed. What do we got coming up? Some plates, oil can, toy. So we got some cool stuff coming up. And we're getting close to the minute 30 mark on these. Matt at 13 is all we've got right now. There's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Johnny Z at 20. Matt at 21. We're coming down to the wire. Matt at 21. Mark at 22 at 1:59. And then Leo was 22 just after 2 minutes. Charles at 26. There is no way Mark could have cut that any closer, but he got it done. I mean, it was literally, I could see the bid and the script clock at the same time. And it was literally 1:59 when that popped up. So let's wrap these up. Let's get to another license plate. Actually, a pair of license plates. We've done a bunch of those weird Nebraska plates. I've got a handful of them left. We're getting down towards the end of the box. So I thought I'd mix a set in here. This is a brand new pair of Nebraska 30-day tags. We did one of these a while back. And remember, these are actually stamped steel 30-day tags. Still brand new in the package. Same numbers. Black lettering. Metal plates. And I don't know why they would make metal plates for 30 days. But that's what they did. Leo at 20. Chris at 21. These are standard 12 by 6 size plates roughly. But you're getting the pair. One-shot deal. Chris at 21. Leo at 30. On the new old stock Nebraska 30-day plates. Like I said, there is a pair of them in here. They are both $8.96, which gets really confusing when you're flipping them back and forth and one's upside down. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they did cost more. I don't know. Dennis at 35, you're getting the pair, 2 brand new ones in the pack. Working our way towards the 1 minute mark with Dennis in the lead at 35. And there's the 1 minute mark. That's right. You had to, maybe they had to keep the guys busy at the stamping plant, so they started doing 30-day tags in steel or in metal. But I've got Dennis at 35. We're past the 1 minute mark. We're going to wait towards a minute 30, and let's slide an Auburn badge in there. You guys look a little thirsty. Out-of-state people living in Nebraska temporarily, possibly. I don't know. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left on this pair of new old stock Nebraska 30 days. Just about done. A few seconds left. See if anybody slides in here on Dennis. Dennis at 35. And that'll do it. Big job at 40, about a second too late. Holy cow. Pouring in after the 2 minute mark. Dennis barely got that one slid in. He just about got nailed on that, but at the 2 minute mark, unfortunately for me, Dennis was still the high bidder at 35. How about a can? Time to do a can. We've done one of these in the past, but I got another one in this big batch I bought, so I think I'm going to sell this one. This is one that I had set back. So we're going to do this one tonight. This is a very colorful can from Molube. MFA Molube. I believe this was a Missouri company, but I'm not totally sure. I don't know much about it because I didn't have any of these cans until this year, and I came up with a few of them. The MFA Oil Company. This is a quart. The top has been cut out, so I guess it'd make a great pencil holder. It does have the red, white, and blue MFA shield on both sides. Molube on both sides. Premium motor oil. More lubrication for Missouri motors. Molube. Leo at 10. Alex at 15. Now, I don't have any more beer cans tonight, but I do have some. I need to get them out and ready. I do have some more since you guys like those last ones. Tweedledee at 17. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Tweedledee at 17 on the MFA can. Dennis at 20. So like I said, on the top being cut out, it still presents well. We can still see the seam over here, so we know this is an old school original steel can. Leo at 21. These do have great colors. They really do. You wouldn't think the pale yellow would be that great, but the red, white, and blue against the pale yellow really makes it pop. Dennis at 25. Leo at 26. Bottom is intact. MFA, Mark Falcon Auctions. There you go. There's 1 minute. 1 minute has passed. Leo at 26. It does not. I think it must have been stamped on the top. The weight must have been stamped on the top, which obviously is gone. So Leo at 26. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Dennis at 27. Few seconds left. We're coming down to the end of this. Kenny at 28. Just about ready to wind it up. Kenny at 28. And that got it done. Kenny at 28. Tweedledee came back at 30, but it was a little too late. So let's get into a handful of stuff that I got at Hutch. So this next 5 things, I think, you'll probably see in the next video when I put up what I got back from the Hutch swap meet, but it'll already be on the way to you. So you'll have an inside track. Starting off with a toy. And I love these things. You know I love these things. So I've shared them with you before. I've gotten one in a viewer box. I found another one. I thought maybe some of you guys might like one. So I picked it up, thought we'd throw it in here and see what you guys think. Maybe some of you want your own scenic cruiser. Yes, the Greyhound Scenic Cruiser. You guys know I dig these bus toys. This one does definitely have some paint loss. The Greyhound, that is all cast into it. The dog is cast into it. The Scenic Cruiser right here, that is all cast into it. You could polish this and refinish it and make a great toy out of it because it is not busted up or chipped up. It does have all the original wheels and axles on it. So it's a pretty nice looking toy other than the paint chipping. So Victoria, Texas made it tonight. That's right. Get on the bus, Gus. Ray on the Nut Farm starting us off at 10 on the Greyhound Scenic Cruiser. Size, how long is this thing? Leo at 15. It is patina. That's true. 6 7/8 by about 1 3/8 inches. So about 6 7/8 by about 1 3/8 inches. Tweedledee at 17. I love these things. I think they're great toys. So that's why I figured I'd snag this one and add it to the auction. Leo at 25. And we are live on the timer on the Scenic Cruiser. Tweedledee at 26. Leo's reloading. Auburn badge. You guys are looking a little thirsty. I'm trying to keep up on the badge thing. I got them laying right here, so I see them all the time. Tweedledee at 26 as we come up on the 1 minute mark. We're getting close to 1 minute on the Scenic Cruiser. And there it is. 1 minute has now passed. Tweedledee at 26 as we come up on that minute 30 mark. This might be interesting. Kenny at 28. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. These bids are going $1 at a time, $1, $2 at a time. Let's see what's going to happen. Kenny at 28. Sam at 30 on Facebook. I got Sam at 30. We're getting close to the end. What's going to happen? I've got Sam at 30 on Facebook. Leo at 35. Joe's at 35. I had Leo first. We got a few seconds left. What's going to Joe at 37. And that did it. Joe at 37. He got that next bid in just barely. Boy, that was quick, but he got it done. Joe's Classics at 37. So congratulations to Joe. Like I said, you guys know I love those old bus toys for some reason. So I'm glad you guys liked that one as well. Like I said, this is stuff I just found. Fresh meat from Friday. Map bundle. 5 maps, mobile and derby, all old school gas station. One from the 60s, and mostly these are from the 70s. Missouri Mobile, this is definitely 70s era one with these logos with the Pegasus and the round circles. Oh, nice. Joe's Classic has a buddy that has a coach that drives a coach, so sweet. Tweedledee at 5, Leo at 15. This is a 60s era. Check out the station on this one. For the Eastern United States, the mobile credit card on the back. And then Derby. We got a whole set of derbies. Matt at 17. Check out these. These are like early 70s era for the Derby company. Definitely bright colors. They look pretty cool. See the almost like a muscle car looking car type car on the back at the station getting fuel. So you're going to get all 5 of them. These are Missouri, Oklahoma, and Colorado, Wyoming, Eastern United States, and Missouri on the 2 mobiles. Discover America with the new 1966 mobile travel guide on this one. So this one was 60s. I thought this was 70s, so that one was 60s as well. All of them, one-shot deal. I've got Matt at 22. Let's get this thing rolling on the timer and see how long I can hold all 5 of these maps up for you guys to see them. Add. Okay, stop. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I've got it shut down till we get clear. But I'm going to sit these maps down because my hand is cramping. Ow. Woo. Big Job's good. Leo still got it out. Ooh. Whew. Okay, we're back. My hand cramped while trying to hold them anyway. All right, we're back on the timer. Matt at 22. Leo at 27. All right, here we go. I'll hold them this way. Much easier on my hand. Leo at 27. We are on the timer on the map bundle. All right, we're coming up on the 1 minute mark. We got some more cool stuff I've got set out. Like I said, this is all, I just got this stuff Friday. This and the next few pieces, all fresh meat. Just got it Friday. Leo at 27. And there's the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has passed. Leo at 27. Yep, it was a Kansas company. Yep. So that's probably you hadn't heard of it, Kenny. And there's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 has passed. Leo at 27. All 5 of them. No, they weren't with Texaco. I think they were an independent company. We're coming down to the end. Leo at 27. Anybody going to snipe him or not? Or is he going to walk away with these? All 5 of them, one-shot deal coming up towards the end here. And that does it. Leo at 27. All right, next piece we've got here. I love these things. I think these things are super cool. This is an extra. I'm going to share it with you guys, but I love them. We've done a few of these when I come across extras, but I like these things a lot. So when I get them, I always snag them and keep them. But this is an extra, a duplicate. It's a great looking can. Actually, it's kind of a can. It's a can bank for Phillips 66 Trop Arctic. I love these things. Look at the shine on this one. Like I said, this is a bank, has a slot, bottom opens up. It is all metal, old school metal oil can. It just happens to be a bank. If we look here real close, we can see tropical over here, the tropical island, Arctic, the mountains and the snow over here for Trop Arctic. Kenny at 10, Matt at 13, Nut Farm at 20, Tweedledee Nut Farm at 15, Tweedledee at 20. So I've got Tweedledee at 20. On the back, it actually talks about Trop Arctic a little bit. Johnny Z at 25. I'm glad you guys like these things as much as I do. 2 5/8 by about 2. It's about 2 5/8, about 2 inches in diameter. Kenny at 26. These are just great little pieces. Dennis at 30. Mike from New Waverly, Texas is here. So let's get this thing rolling and on the timer. Tweedledee at 31. These things are awesome. I love them. You can obviously see the shine on this one. The colors look great. Yep, dual weighted oil, kind of the gold stripes, obviously the orange, Phillips 66. Johnny Z at 33. It just fits in the palm of your hand. Cute little deal. Dennis at 35. It is all metal, Mark. Yep, it is all metal. There's the seam on it. It is an original 60s era, probably, metal can bank. Dennis at 35. And there's the 1 minute mark. Leo at 36 as we hit the 1 minute mark on the super cute little can bank. No, I'm sure it's not reproduction. I mean, you can look at the bottom side where it's, it's got the dirt and a little bit of surface rust in it. Dennis at 40. You can see the age on the top of it. If I was betting, I'd put a $100 bill down. It's original. So Dennis at 40. Minute 30 is gone. 30 seconds left on the Phillips can. Leo at 41. Glad you were here tonight. Glad you hung out for a while, Zach. Glad you could make it for a while. Just about ready to wrap this one up. Leo at 41. Few seconds left. Anybody going to jump in here? Leo at 41. And that does it. Leo at 41. All right, that was fun. Couple more pieces just from the Hutch swap meet just came in. And this is a single, unfortunately. I went ahead and picked it up because it still looks cool. It's going to be a little bit cheaper since it's a single and not a set. And I know you guys love these things. We did some a few weeks ago. They're great pieces. Who likes salt and pepper shakers? Yes, I found another one. It's not Texaco. It is a Phillips 66 gas pump. This one was the salt. There was no pepper. The pepper was missing. This is a single. This is from Pat's 66 service in Dalton, Nebraska, is what this one says on the back of it. Leo at 10. The decals look okay. They've got some chipping in somewhere. It is not broken or chipped. The bottom piece is still here. It does still open up. Tony at 12. So this is a single, no pepper, just the salt on the little gas pump salt shaker. Alex at 15. We're live and on the timer and ready to go. Auburn badge. Leo at 17. That's true. If you don't like pepper, you're good to go. Tony at 18. These are cute little guys. I've got several different ones in my collection, so they're great pieces. Alex at 21. And there's the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has now passed. Alex at 21. Yes, there was a matching pepper shaker. Just this one's gone. That's why I said this is just a single. They did come as a set, salt and pepper. Just like the Texaco ones a few weeks ago. A minute 30 is gone. 30 seconds left. However, where Texaco was a red one for Fire Chief and a silver one for Sky Chief. Both Texacos were the same pump, just one had an S on it, one had a P on it. Leo at 22. Leo at 22. We're coming down to the wire on this one, getting close to the end. Mark at 23. With a few seconds left, what's going to happen? Alex at 24. And that did it. Alex at 24. All right, we're going to do a couple more cans, and this is the end of the new stuff that I got till I get time to sort through some more of it. But I am going to tell you, we are going to do a pair of cans on these, and these are great pieces as well. I haven't come across any of these lately, so we haven't done any in a while. But tube repair kits. Tube repair kits are great, nice, small-size cans that are easy to display and look cool. The first one is Firestone Tube Repair Kit. This is a metal can. Of course, the tube repair kit's going to have some age on it anyway. It does still have stuff in it. I didn't look my head full of money. Nope. Does still have stuff in it, though. On the Firestone Tube Repair Kit, had the little scuff thing on the top. Matt at 10, and this one is really early. Lee of Conshohocken Ready Patch Junior Kit. This is a cardboard one. I think this is probably 30s, maybe 40s. On this Lee of Conshohocken Ready Patch Junior Repair Kit. Check out how early this one is. This is a cardboard can, not metal, but it does have a metal top. Look at the graphics and the fashion style on this one. Definitely early. Definitely in good shape for being that old. Does have the rough top on it to scuff the tube. So you're going to get the pair of them together. Lee of Conshohocken and Firestone together in the tube repair kits. Nut Farm at 20 on the pair. Kenny at 25. Dennis at 30. Randall at 30. Dennis was first at 30 as we tick away on the tube repair kits. Nut Farm at 35. There's the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has now passed. Yep, that's true. Frank always bought those on American Pickers. That's right. Nut Farm at 35. You're getting both of them. One-shot deal. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Randall with a Nut Farm at 35. He's getting nervous, though. We're just going to see what's going to happen. We're coming down to the wire. Randall the Nut Farm at 35. We got a few seconds left on this one. Dennis at 35 also. That must have been hung up. I've had the Nut Farm for a while. Few seconds left. Randall at 35, and that does it. The Nut Farm at 35. All right. That's all the stuff that's fresh from Hutch, but I got a lot more to come. Just I got to do some more digging. We still got some cool stuff, some plates, some caps, some emblems. So let's keep rolling with a Hudson badge. Uh-oh, we got an envelope. Love these things. Tony at 12. Brand new. In the envelope. 3721. 3721. Brand new. 1969 Kansas plate with original envelope. Probably never been out. Tweedledee at 35 is our high bidder. This is a standard size, roughly 6x12 plate. Stamped steel. The back looks just as good as the front because it's been in this envelope for 54 years. Leo at 40. Let's get this thing on the timer. Yeah, this is a beautiful plate. I haven't touched this. I didn't polish it. I didn't wax it. I didn't do anything to it. And we can see the phone, the timer clear as day. And I didn't polish it, wax it, do nothing. That's how nice this plate is. I didn't wax it, no polish, no nothing. It is that good. We can read the timer right there in it. So we've got Leo at 40 on this plate. There's the 30s. There's the first 30 seconds. It wasn't for anything. It was never used. It would have been a regular car plate, but Tony at 44. But I mean, it was never used, so it was probably never assigned to anything. Yep, Kansas, Midway, USA. That's all stamped and embossed. So, yeah, it would have been a regular car plate, but I was probably never assigned to anything. And there's 1 minute. 1 minute has now passed. Leo at 45. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. 30 seconds left to go. Leo at 45 on this beautiful plate with original envelope. Ticking away, and we're about done with this one. Leo at 45. Mark at 46, and that does it. Mark got the 46 in there at 159. Then I had Alex, and there's Tweedledee and Joe's Classics. Holy cow. Mark at 46 is who we had at the 200 mark. That's a beauty there. All right. That was real good shooting. Up next is something kind of different. I have no idea why they did this to this hubcap. No clue whatsoever, but they did. This is a mid to late 30s era Ford V8 cap that they welded these tabs on. No idea why. It's kind of I don't know. I'm sure there was a reason for it, but they put these tabs on this cap. Original cap, stainless center. This would have been painted, and they literally welded these tabs around the side of it. I cannot figure out what the purpose was for. The back of it looks pretty decent, just some surface rust. It's not all rotted out. It's got typical dings and dents. Allen at 15. But it's just kind of a cool piece. I don't know what the purpose of it was. I don't know what was going. Yeah, Ben-Hur tabs. Yeah, kind of like the flippers on the grease cars. I don't know. That's right. And now for something completely different. I did find it on an old farmstead. I found it on the farmstead where they had the auction about a year ago, where I bought that 38 GMC camper type thing. This was laying pretty close to that. So, right, rubbing a curb, yeah, that would knock it off if it did that. So I don't know. Cut people's ankles, no clue. But these caps are a little bit bigger than some of the other ones. They're not a full-size cap, but it's about 12 and a half. in diameter on this whatchamacallit Ford V8 cap. Bowl for a workbench. Well, let's find out. That actually makes the most sense, Pete. It does lay pretty flat. When you sit it on those tabs, it actually does sit fairly flat when I put it on the desk that way. So maybe that's what they were trying to use it for. They made a stand. Those are stands, maybe, so they could put stuff in it. I don't know. I think Pete got it. So, or yeah, they put it on there so for a dog bowl. Could have been. That's another idea. It literally could have been a dog bowl for that. Leo at 20. Let's get this thing ticking away and see what happens. A true dog dish, exactly. Or like I said, bolt bin. But yeah, that's what had to be what it's for. Because it sits pretty flat that way. So the Ford V8 cap / dog bowl, bolt holder, and whatever else you wanted to do. No, it come from two different places. So was it always done by the manufacturer? This was added on. This was kind of goober welded on there. Looked like I welded it. Leo at 20 on the Ford V8 bowl, bolt holder, or still could be used as a hubcap. That's exactly what it is. Planet Wisconsin. It's folk art. I mean, that's what it is now. Halloween candy. Great idea, Tony. It's that time of the year. Monty Python helmet. That is definitely a possibility as well. I don't know, but in 1 minute, it's going to have a new owner, and I've got Leo at 20 as of right now. I've got Leo at 20 on the whatchamacallit cap, and we're going to find out here in about 30 seconds who the new owner is going to be because we have just hit the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Leo at 20 on the whatchamacallit V8 cap. Just about ready to wrap this one up. Leo at 20. And that does it. Leo at 20. Yeah, Wash Gray Kitty in it. Yeah. All right, up next is another cool piece. We did one similar to this several months ago. This is the other one. I actually had 3, but this is a different size, and I'm keeping one. This is bigger than the last one we sold. I don't remember who got it, but it's a pretty cool piece. This is from roughly, and I'm sure Alex will be able to tell us right away, a big ashtray. That could have been a big ashtray. That's true. A roughly 1940 era Packard 120. Now, we sold one of these a while back, but it was a smaller version. This is the larger version. This one is 14.5 inches long. So 14.5 on the 120. Matt started us off at 10. It does have some, I mean, it's definitely lost some of its shine. It's got a little chrome left, but the chrome's pretty thin on it. It's not broken. It is flat. It does still have the studs on it. Alex says the 41 or a 42. Okay. Matt's kicking us off at 10 on the Packard 120 badge. Let's get this thing live and on the timer and get rolling with it. Alex at 35. And we're ticking away. We'll see if... no, they were actually hex nuts. Threaded studs, and they were actually hex nuts. So Let's see if Alex's $35 just knocked everybody out of the park or not. Alex may have just wrapped this one up real quick like. As we come up on the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has now passed. Did Alex throw the knockout blowout right out of the gate or not? Ready to mount on your Lexus, yeah. It is a 41 or 42 Packard model 120 is what it was, Joe. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. We'll see if Alex's knockout blow was enough to do it. We're coming out of the end. We're wrapping this one up. Kenny at 41. Kenny at 41 with a few seconds left to go. And that does it. Kenny at 41. Alex came back at 44 at 203. It was 120 horsepower on a 282 engine. So, all right, a couple more things left we want to do tonight. Let's catch another plate and some more emblems and another cap, and we'll be ready to wrap up and get to the magazine tonight. But let's do another badge bundle. This is kind of a couple of different things in this one. Let's do I don't think we've done anything like this before. These are all metal, pop metal badges, chrome plated stud mount. Buick, Oldsmobile, and one more Cadillac. All the big GM cars. These are all original pop metal emblems, chrome plated stud mount. The Buick is 7 1/4. So it's 7 1/4 long, matte at 18. The Oldsmobile, 5 1/2. That's on your length. And the Cadillac is about 4 7/8, a little under 5 on the Cadillac. Cadillac has a slight curve to it. I don't know if it was made that way, but a nice bright shine on it. All three of them. Buick Olds Cadillac, matte at 22. Let's get this thing on the timer and get rolling on it. Matte at 22. Time for a Hudson badge. That's right. It's a GM 3-fer. Bonus drawing. Yep, we'll get a bonus drawing right after the auctions, Mark. Don't let me forget. Let's get through these last few auction pieces, and we will definitely get another bonus drawing. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, I've got Matt at 22. There's 1 minute, 1 minute left on the GM badge 3-fer. And there's the minute 30 mark. Joe's Classics at 25. We've hit the minute 30 mark. Tony at 23, but I got Joe's Classics at 25. A little under 30 seconds left on this one. Matt at 28. Joe at 30. With a few seconds left to go, I've got Joe at 30. Matt at 31. Charles at 32. Johnny Z at 37. And that does it. Johnny Z at 37. I had Joe at 35, Matt at 33, and Johnny Z at 37, all at the end. And one cat in the way. Johnny Z at 37. That one got kind of crazy. Holy cow. Jordan needs 64 Olds parts. Depends on what 64 Olds you've got and what you need. I don't have much Cutlass stuff. I think I've got an 88, but I've got a little bit of Cutlass stuff, and I think I've got maybe one or two full-size cars. I'd have to double check and see. Just give me a shout tomorrow, Jordan, and let me know what all you need, and I'll get you on my notepad and check it out. Okay, that one got interesting. But we got a few more cool things to go yet tonight. Johnny Z used to be Joe's favorite person. Not anymore, though. All right. Let's catch one more plate, and this is a beauty. It is used. It is a used original, but amazing colors. The 1959 Kansas, the bright yellow with the blue letters. This is roughly a 12 by 6 standard size plate, but check out the pop on the colors on this thing. You see the reflection off this yellow. This is stamped in but not cut out on the corner of the state. Leo at 20. The back of this plate looks almost as good as the front. If we look real close up here, it has been used. We can see a few scuff marks around the top holes, but they are very minimal on this 1959 plate with beautiful, kind of almost an orangey yellow and blue numerals and letters on this one. Let's get it rolling. Leo at 20, kicking us off on this. We got a couple of more caps yet, and then we're going to move on to tonight's magazine if I can get to the magazine. My helper's back. Yeah, you. Yeah, you're back. Leo at 20, beautiful 59 plate. Auburn badge. Alex at 30. As we tick away, coming up on the 1 minute mark. And there's 1 minute. Michael at 33 on Facebook. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds is gone. 30 seconds left to go. Michael Glagola on Facebook at 33. Yeah, but Ed McMahon wasn't near as big of a pain in the butt as somebody. Yeah, you. Alex at 37. Matt at 35. We got Alex at 37. We've got a few seconds to go on this one. But we're getting really close to the end. Matt at 38. And that did it. Matt at 38. Weston at 39. But I had Matt at 38 at when I hit the 200 on my timer. Holy cow, lots of bids afterwards, but Matt at 38 is who I had at 200. All right. Couple more things to catch. We haven't done much for our Chevy fans tonight, and you might want to slap your sunglasses on because this baby is bright. This is like a mid to late 60s era, really sharp little Chevy cap. Woo, she's shiny. Check that baby out. Send some signals to the moon with this thing. Good looking cap, few dings and dents. Nice bow tie stamped in the middle, serrated edge around here. That's all stamped in. Big job at 25. Leo at 15. This cap is about 10.5 in diameter, which is about what most of these are. Nice shiny chrome. Back's pretty clean. Tweedledee at 27 on the little Chevy dog dish cap. Let's get this thing rolling. Johnny Z at 35. And we are live. We're on the timer. Denny's on with us on Facebook. Mark was going to bid, but hey, but regardless, we've had a heck of a good time tonight, guys, as always. But good little Chevy cap here. One more piece after this, and it's cool, too. You guys are going to dig it as well. As we're ticking away on this thing, we're getting close to that 1 minute mark, but we're not quite there. We've got Johnny Z at 35. Came on Novas, okay? So it's a Nova cap. 1 minute is gone. 1 minute from now, it's going to be somebody else's. And I've got Johnny Z at 35. And there's the coming up on the minute 30 mark. And there it is. 30 seconds left to go. Johnny Z at 35 with 30 seconds left on the little Nova cap. Just about down to the wire. We're just about ready to wrap this one up. Few seconds left. Johnny Z at 35. And that did it. Johnny Z at 35. Okay, let's catch one more. I get ready to bid, it's already gone. Well, that's all right, Nut Farm, because you're definitely not going to, at least you're ready for the next piece, Nut Farm, because you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it, because it's another grease cap. And we all love grease caps. And I know you really love grease caps. And this is a cool grease cap. Saved it for the end. A beautiful Oldsmobile. Check that thing out. It's banged up a little bit, but hey, it's 100 and some years old. If I look this good at 100 and some years old, I'm going to call it a win. Leo's going to start us off at 25. The Oldsmobile is cast into this cap. Obviously, it's got dings and dents from years of use around the hex part of it. About 3 inches in diameter across this Oldsmobile cap. And about 1 3/4 inches deep. Has a little bit of a ridge around here. Obviously, you see some of the dings and dents and damage in it. But the Oldsmobile, the nice part about it, the Oldsmobile is nice and clear where the stamping is at. So, Leo 25 was first. Tweedledee at 25, but I had Leo first. We're going to get this thing on the timer, and we're going to see what happens. This will wrap us up for the night. We're going to move on to the magazine if I can get to the magazine. I told you it'd be worth you were. I told you it was okay that you missed the other one, Randall. You'll be ready for this one. And we're live on the timer, and I've got Leo at 25 on the Oldsmobile grease cap. Nut Farm at 30. Need another Auburn badge to wrap the auctions up with. If you look at that, get it 100, that's a lot of preservatives. That's right. Nut Farm at 30 as we come up on the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has now passed. We've got the Nut Farm at 30. We're just about to that minute 30 mark. And there we go. Minute 30's passed. 30 seconds left in the night auctions. The last piece, the Nut Farm at 30 on the Oldsmobile cap. Michael at 33 on Facebook. I've got Michael at 33. Nut Farm at 40. Pete, 41. Tony, 34. Pete at 41, and that does it. Pete at 41. And Randall come back at 45, but it was too late. But regardless, we had a heck of a lot of fun tonight. Had a great time. It's awesome, all you guys playing along, participating. Super cool that Derek has hung out tonight and had a great time with us and played along too. But that's what this is all about. We have fun, and it's a good time, and everybody's a good sport about it, and that's what makes it great. It's because of you guys. You guys are what make it awesome. You make it a pain in the butt is what you make it. Yeah. You make it a pain in the butt because I can't work. Trying to keep up with these guys, I got you in the way. Yeah. You. Yeah. What do you think of that? So anyway, congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to our raffle winners. And speaking of raffle, let's yank another name out. What do we got in here next? We got this, whatever this is. Dennis Chapman. Dennis gets this fine piece of white paper. But I bet you guys want to know what's in this piece of white paper. So let's check it out. Oh, emblems, Chevy flags. All right, so we're going to put Dennis's name on that one, tuck that right back in there, wrap that up, and throw it in Dennis's next package. Please remember, guys, these bonus drawings do not ship on their own. They ship with your next package. So Kenny says one more bonus. Why the heck not? I filled the can up, so we need to thin her back down, right, guys? Let's reach in here. I'm going to go clear to the bottom. I just grab one from the bottom. That way I don't know what I'm grabbing. That's why I can't feel anything if I grab the bottom of the package and see whatever the heck this is. So, who's all won tonight? Michael, Bill, Big Job, Dennis, and Zach. So it's got to be a different name from that. go. Pete Winters. So what did Pete get? I wrapped this one up a little too good, apparently. It looks cool. Thunderbird. Little plastic toy Thunderbird. So that one's going to Pete. Kenny wants one more. Holy cow. I'm going to staple this one shut. All right. Well, that was a ton of fun. Kenny wants more. We're going to give away the whole can tonight. Hudson badge. You guys want one more? One more bonus? Hey, Kat, can I have the magazine? Yeah, do another one. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Well, duh. All right, one more. And then we got to get on. Okay, hold on. I got ads coming up. Let me see if I can kill these. I think some of them stopped tonight. One more after each one, yeah. All right. There's that one. All right, this is the last one. This one I think is a matchbook. It's a flat one. Michael Gagloa, but he already won tonight, so we're going to grab a different one. Zach, he's already won tonight. Andy says you got to get in next time. Yep. Bill Disk, he's already won tonight. Michael Glagola. Tweedly D. Tweedly D hasn't won tonight, I don't think. I think we got us a winner. So this is Andy's first time. Well, let's welcome Andy to the chat. Glad you stopped by, Andy. Hope you're having fun with us. We do this every Sunday night. And let's see what we got in here for Tweedly D. Oh, this is cool. It's a coffee matchbook, solitaire coffee, but look at the graphics. Probably 40s era. Killer colors. So So we're going to mark that one to Tweedledee, and then we're going to get on to the magazine. And with that, everybody saying we're done. We got to get on to the magazine, and we'll do raffles all night. So, but with that being the end of the month, all empty, ready for this month's raffle. It's $1 a chance, Andy. For every dollar you send me $5, you go in the big Buick oil can 5 times, $10, 10 times into the big Buick oil can. Did you see the raffle prizes for next month, Andy? This is a monthly deal. We have a prize every month, and we do the bonus drawings throughout the month. So if you didn't see the raffle prizes for this month, Andy will show them to you real quick as we get ready to get into the magazine tonight. Hudson badge. That's another good point. Nut Farm. All that stuff is in the description part of the video. But the big raffle next month, in case Andy didn't see it, 1916, 1917, and 1918 Kansas license plates. That's all right, Mark. Not a problem. Okay. We're going to finish up the back half of the magazine that we started last week. The Motor Trend from October of 1964. Obviously, all the news coming out for 65 models. We covered a lot of that last week. We're going to catch the rest of the magazine this week. So let's go ahead and get started, starting in the middle of the magazine, since we did the first half last week. Starting on page 51, Corvette engineering for 1965. Check out the action shot of the 65 Corvette. Front wheels literally off the ground. Reminds you of the picture of the Flying Mustang that they sold at Meekum a few years back. No, the answer was still not the Notre Dame football coach. But we're glad you're back. Brian Dispatch got to sign off. Glad you were here tonight, Brian. We'll see you next week. Now, the amazing thing about it is this is October of 1964. So we've got to put ourselves back in that time frame. October of 64. Now, there were a lot of things that happened with the 65 Corvette, but this entire article basically was focused around one of the big new announcements for that year. However, one of the other big announcements was not even included in here. Tractor Mike, once again, Meekum Super B mine. So we got to hold him to that, guys. Mike must be checking out the Meekum website. When we get to Kansas City, we got to encourage Mike to buy the Super B. Mike's wanted a Super B for a long time. So Mike needs a Super B. All the way to Meekum from now on, we're going to tell him Mike needs a Super B. So, yeah, the PayPal, the email that's listed on there is the PayPal email, Andy. And if you've got any questions, just call me tomorrow. It's not a problem. So, but the four-wheel disc brakes are what they focused on this entire article on the 65 Corvette, which is obviously a big deal and what it's still been known for. What I was really interested in and what I looked for and what it was not covered was kind of interesting. And that's another good point, Randall. Congratulations to the winners. Add a few bucks for the Pioneer Village vehicle adoptions. Great idea, Randall. We hadn't talked about that tonight. I've got that list. We're building it up. Almost 3 cars. Michael Brown stopped by tonight. I haven't seen Michael in a while. Glad you swung by tonight. But one thing about this, now obviously the big announcements for 65, this talked about engines. For 1964, Corvette listed a choice of 4 engines. There are 5 for 65. All are based on the 327 block. 3 are direct carryovers, the 300, the 365, and the 375 horse. The basic 250 horse engine gets the 300 horse heads with bigger valves and ports, but no increase in power. The brand new engine is basically 1964's number 3 mill, the 365 horse version, but modified slightly with a milder cam and hydraulic lifters, rated at 350 horse. Now, what's interesting about that was obviously we know that's where we got to remember we're in October of 1964. No mention whatsoever of the Mark IV 396, which was available later in the year in Corvette, but not mentioned here. At that time, in October of 64, they were still cranking out 409s. And I'm sure some of you guys do know this, but there are 65 Impalas out there that are factory 409 cars. The Mark IV 396 did not come out till later in the year in 65, and there are actually factory 409 65 Impalas out there that they were still putting them in cars before they switched over to the 396. In October of 64, not even mentioned yet with the Corvette. So I thought that was pretty interesting. A road test article that I found very interesting on a car that I really didn't even know much about. And it was supposed to be kind of sporty, but it still had a 6-cylinder in it. So, the Typhoon. Who's ever heard of a 65 Typhoon? I hadn't. But apparently Rambler had an option package for the Classic called the Typhoon. So it was a sporty little 2-door hardtop, pretty sharp looking car, bucket seats with a console. So, looked like a pretty decent car, pretty sporty car. Had some interior shots here. We can see the full length console, but still had the automatic on the column. And yes, it was a 6-cylinder. There's the under hood shot, inline 6. So obviously not a package that really took off or ever got very popular. Dean's going to jump off, got connectivity issues. Yes, sometimes that happens. That's right. It's a mild Typhoon. That's a good way to put it. Wisconsin, it's a mild Typhoon. But there again, we're always learning something. I didn't know about this car. I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't. But that's the beauty of what we do here. We are all always learning, even if it includes a Rambler Typhoon. The next article was extremely interesting, though. Something that we have seen and are somewhat familiar with, although a lot of us probably have not seen him or are extremely familiar with him, other than like our good friend Jim Wicks. The Ford Cammer. Driving Ford's experimental overhead valve V8. The overhead cam. Now, what was really interesting about it, and you had to look really close, their test car with a camera in it, look at this. 4-door hardtop Galaxy. How'd you like to find that car? 64 Galaxy 4-door hardtop with a camera in it? That would be something. That would be a heck of a find today. And this next thing, I'm not even sure what the heck this was. This had to have, and it actually is a vehicle that they tested, but this had to be in violation of every OSHA concept ever known to man. Yep, Steve Magnante probably did know about the Typhoon. The Trespasser, the miniature Terra-tired tank, has high payload capacity, ability to go up, down, over, or around most obstacles. This thing absolutely has to be one of the most unsafe type vehicles I've ever seen. Check this out. Don't tell me that that is the vehicle that an OSHA safety book was written around. I mean, it's a platform and you sit on it and you go anywhere. If you tip, if you fall, if something falls over, I mean, there is absolutely zero protection. Now, fortunately, though, he does have a safety belt. So you can't go anywhere when it does tip over on you. So I thought this thing was actually somewhat comical to see this article and see them testing this and what it was actually doing. It's like it should be called the Deathmobile. That's a good way to put it. That's right, Andy. Send it. Just send it. Full send. That's all you can say on that thing. Because that had to be, like I said, the most unsafe thing I've ever seen. What? And just in case you wanted to kill somebody else, you could get an extra seat on it. So you could have a passenger. Yeah, usually owned by a guy named Lucky with a Limp. That's probably exactly who owned these. If they weren't named Lucky with a Limp when they bought it, they were shortly thereafter. Another interesting article in October of 64. I would assume it somewhat floated. I didn't get into all the details about it. Did have a Volkswagen engine, but didn't say whether it did or didn't float. But it almost looks like it could have. That's right. Why be the only fatality when you can take somebody with you? Yeah, I have no idea if any of those exist. I didn't look it up. But Sam's jumping off of Facebook. Glad you were here tonight, Sam. But the next article also very cool because we know what happened a few years later. This is the beginning of this. In 1964, the 24-hour Le Mans. The Cobra cars, Shelby and Ford at Le Mans in 64. Obviously, no, I don't remember. I think it was 66 and 67 where they cleaned house. So these were the first few years of development of Ford and Shelby going to Le Mans. Some good competition shots. Yeah, this is some pretty cool stuff. I did check. None of the guys pictured in here. I don't have any of their paychecks. The paychecks I've got for the competition drivers are for other drivers. So I thought it'd be cool if I'd seen a picture of the guy. One of the guys that I had one of his paychecks are from here from the Shelby collection, but I didn't have anything. Yeah, that was a great movie, Andy. And a completely different type of racing is the next article with some great pictures. The Pikes Peak race. Check out these action shots from Pikes Peak. Sports cars, stock bodied cars, all challenging the mountain. We'll just take these in for a few seconds. There's not a lot of meat on the Pikes Peak article, but these action shots were so good, I definitely wanted to share it with you. Another kind of interesting article, also Shelby related, snake in the water, the hydro cobra. Yes, a boat, a racing or competition boat, Shelby powered. They had everything in these issues, in these old issues back then. Of course, as we just saw, Chrysler was in the boat business full bore. So, oh, we've also got classifieds in the back of this magazine too at the end. So, and some action shots of the Hydro Cobra. The next article, this is kind of interesting. In today's world of custom wheels and aluminum wheels, the image makers, with less trim on today's cars, more emphasis goes into the reflections on their wheel covers. Obviously, wheel covers today are basically plastic that are slapped on if you don't want to spend the money for the optional alloy wheels. But wheel covers back in the 60s were a pretty big deal. It talks about the design, all kinds of cool stuff. Prototypes. These 6 prototypes were among the many shown to top Ford management for possible use on the 65 T-Bird. As it happened, they picked another design. All prototypes here cost hundreds of dollars in man hours to make and are worth their weight in gold. So it talks literally about how the development of just the wheel covers were, how big a deal that was back then. All 6 of these were designed and built for the 65 Thunderbird, and none of them were used. It's another good point, Andy. Fun to have somebody looks up and says, I wonder how fast I can make that go. Not always the wisest choice, but they think that. The last thing we want to catch real quick before we get into the ads, and then, of course, the classified ads. New products. Some of this stuff, we got to remember, we're in October of 1964. New products, jack stands. I thought they had jack stands prior to that, but maybe it's a new design. But the thing that really caught my eye in today's world of every single vehicle almost having all these amenities that we're so used to in today's world, but something that was interesting enough that they had to name it a new product in 1964 was your beverage holder. I mean, today some vehicles are rated on how many cup holders they have. Beverage holders were a big deal in 1964. As well as there's the jack stand, the new jack stand design. There's the Cobra ad for this month for merch. If you want to order a Cobra t-shirt or a keychain or a poster. And that's going to catch us for the articles. So we're going to catch some ads, and then we're going to catch the classified ads as well, because classifieds are always a lot of fun in these old magazines. As a matter of fact, I need to get some of them ready to start working into here, but I got a bunch of old Hemmings that we're going to start going through as well. But on the same page as the cup holders, the first ad I wanted to check out was Gum Out Top Engine Cleaner. Check this thing out. Yep, ashtrays were plentiful, not so much on the cup holders. We're just about ready to wrap up, Andy. We get done with the magazine, we'll be done here in about 5 or 10 minutes, and that will call us. That's right, Mark. I had to zing a cat. But shows the can hooked up going into the carburetor as a cleaner. Yeah, after we get out of the classifieds are great. Now, obviously today, that's right, Josh. The 71's got an ashtray you can put 2 packs in, but the cup holder's on the glove box. Yeah, if you're sitting in a drive, that's right. I remember the ashtray or the glove box doors when sometimes they open, they have little dents in there. You can sit a cup. That's right. You're right. You can put 2 packs of butts in the ashtray. Obviously, today, if you want to hop something up, if you want to get better airflow, if you want to, you can look up anything on the internet. Check out fresh air intakes, heads, gears, any of that stuff. Back in 1964, that was not an option. You had to order from the editors of Hot Rod for the performance know-how catalog on chassis, brakes, and suspension. That's how you had to do it. You had to order the book. Kenny's grandpa's Richfield had a guy named Jack standing around. That's probably right. So this is how you got your performance tips back in the day. And now we're going to flip to the back cover, and then we're going to move into classifieds. Inside ad on the back cover, AC plugs. What's great about this ad is look at the car. Futuristic prototype looking car fired by AC plugs. All right, got some ads. Bill's got an ad. Or these ads? Or do we have ads on there? Yep, Randy's got one too. We'll give you guys a few seconds to get through your ads. Okay, John's back. Cadillac Cyclone. I'm not sure. I didn't look it up, but I could be. And on the back cover, the new 1965 Mustang 2+2 Fastback Coupe. So let's catch some of the classified ads from the sell and swap section of the October 1964 Motor Trend. Let's see what's for sale. 1946 Lincoln 4-door V12, everything factory original, no dents, no rust, new gears, $750. '63 Studebaker Hawk, Gran Turismo, supercharged, automatic, posi, reclining bucket seats, many more extras, excellent condition. Original cost $4,200, $2,895. '48 Lincoln Continental V12 convertible. Good body, good mechanically, $950. Oh, this was a good one. '57 Chrysler Imperial convertible. Clean, white with new white nylon top, all power and air. Transmission recently overhauled. $850. And that would have been a $392. $850 for a $392 powered Imperial convertible. 37 Studebaker Dictator Deluxe Coupe with side mounts, $500. 41 Cadillac convertible, restored, burgundy lacquer, red leather, wide whites, new engine, $1,800 for a restored 41 Cadillac convertible. Model A Roadster pickup, restored, green and black, 200 miles on the engine, $1,100. 57 Thunderbird convertible, recently painted or repainted original light blue, $2,350. That's right, hourly wage is $1.50 an hour, so that makes a big difference when you put it into perspective. For Randy, you're 100% correct there. Let's see, what else do we have here? 49 Lincoln Continental convertible, 20,000 miles, $1,500. Kind of crazy to think about, but that was what. But there again, just like Randy said, we got to put that into perspective of what people were making at the time when we look at these prices. 47 Cadillac, emerald green, very good condition, 4-door, $400. So that was a lot of money back then, but it's still fun to look back at these old magazines with 2020 hindsight. Going back to October of 1964 for this issue of Motor Trend, we learned a lot about the new for 65 cars in this one, as well as a lot of other cool stuff going on in the car world in the mid-60s. That wraps up this one. So 2 weeks from now, when we're back, we will have a new magazine, probably catch the first half of it then. And with that, that will pretty much wrap up tonight. Now, like I said, next week, I will not be here. We will not be on next week. I will be out of town. So it will be 2 weeks before we are back. We're going to give you another Hudson and another Auburn badge to wrap things up with. You guys were digging that magazine as well, so I'm glad you did. Glad you enjoyed it. Sounds great, Joe. That'll work. What's coming up this week? I've got the Hutch swap meet videos. I don't know if I'll have the video I did with Derek with Vice Grip up this week or not. I got to get some work done on it. Still got to get a ton of new inventory up. So we'll have a whole bunch of we got all that still cool stuff coming up tonight. This is 186, Mark, episode number 186. Excuse me. So 187 will be in 2 weeks. So please remember that. I'll try to throw a post up next Sunday if I remember to let you guys know, remind you guys that we will not be on next week. But go ahead and, like I said, be sure to get your raffle chances in. Round up for Pioneer Village. Another fun night, epic, with Derek stopped by. It was great that Derek did stop by and hung out with us for a while. So maybe he's still on us. I don't know. I don't know if he's still here or not, or he just hung out for a while, but it's still cool. He stopped by and hung out and played along with us in the auctions. So it was a great night. We had a lot of fun, and that's all thanks to you guys being here and making it what it is. So with that, I'm going to get ready to wind this thing up. We will do Toy Tuesday, or attempt to do Toy Tuesday again if I can get it to set up right Tuesday night. Like I said, we've got a lot of cool stuff to show you. I wasn't even caught up yet before I had the load come in from the Hutch swap meet. So a lot of cool stuff to work into the next several Toy Tuesdays. Lots of things going up. Joe said he can do a live with no car knowledge and just bid on stuff and send him money. Well, I hope you guys are having fun. I work hard when I put these things together, trying to put together a good quality product that you guys will enjoy. So I'm glad that you do. And I appreciate the positive comments and the support, and you guys stopping by and hanging out and spending your evening with me and all the rest of us nobodies and participating in this and making it what it is. So thanks for that. We will see you in 2 weeks. Other than the Toy Tuesdays, we will probably go ahead and do the next 2 Toy Tuesdays. I do have a lot of stuff going on. Johnny Carson II, I guess that's one way to put it. I still don't think I'm quite at that level, but it does mean a lot that you guys consider what we do here, that I do that good of a job. So thank you for that. Like I said, lots of stuff going on. Definitely won't be on next week. I will try to catch most of them. But then Meekum, like I said, coming up just around the corner. It's a month away, but that will be here before you know it, especially with everything I've got going on right now. So it's going to be crazy, but it's going to be fun. Sam's back on with us here for just a minute, so we're getting ready to wind this thing down. Thank you for all your support and being here. We're going to wrap this thing up. We'll see some of you Tuesday, but stay tuned. We'll have the other cool videos coming up this week. And thanks, guys. I appreciate all the kind comments. A lot of them on here. I don't want to read them all. We'd be here the rest of the night, which I appreciate that you guys think highly enough of what we're doing to thank me for what I do, but you guys are the ones that make this what it is. Your knowledge, your participation, that's what makes this a chat. That's what makes it great. And that's why we all learn something. We'll see some of you live on Toy Tuesday night. Other than that, catch the new videos for this week. We will miss next week. Catch the following Toy Tuesday, and we will be back here 2 weeks from tonight for some more Sunday Night Live chat on the same bat time, same bat station. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks on the next Sunday Night Chat.